I'm coming to show you why Rebecca stole the blessing from Esau and gave it to Jacob. When you find out, you settle in your heart that she didn't hate her own son, but the son made a mistake, and that ended the matter with her. Isaac, the husband, the father of the two boys, chose his lover, and his lover was Esau. And he has the reason why he loved Esau is simple: because of venison. That is, listen, let me quickly advise men here. No man's love is unconditional. There is always a venison that attracts a man. Look at what happened there. Are you showing that in scripture? And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebecca loved Jacob. Full stop. So the love of the woman was unconditional, no because, but the love of the man because of venison. This is why most often men make mistakes in making choices. Why? Because anybody that is attracted by venison can be deceived. But the reason why Rebecca was not deceived, because her love was unconditional. And it is not because it was unconditional that it's not dependent on anything. Her love was still connected to prophecy. Do you know that in the Garden of Eden, God spoke to man, Adam compromised and ate the fruit even though God said it? Do you know in the case of Abraham and Sarah, God spoke to Abraham, and Abraham still broke it and went to sleep with Hagar and compromised? But in this case, God spoke to the woman, Rebecca, two nations, and the woman made sure the woman made sure that what God wants is done. No compromise. Why? Because they set their love on God's voice most often. That is why false prophets has done more damage to women than men. Because when God speaks, women holds. Men easily let go of what God says. Every woman have a soft spot for God. Eve would have never ate the fruit if God spoke to her directly. She just loved Jacob because of something, but it was not venison. Because when she was about to exchange the blessing, Jacob asked the mother, won't my father know that I'm going to deceive him and he will curse me more? He said he will not know. Why? Because anybody that goes after venison can be deceived. Do you know why? Because they can give you house domestic animal as bushmeat. Isaac was waiting for bushmeat, but Rebecca used domestic meat and still did venison for him. That is why most men marry and regret, because they run after venison and later realize, listen, if you are looking for venison, somebody can give you some. Everywhere. I like this girl. I like this girl. I like this girl. Wow. Look, anything that pushes you to love people, people can fake some for you. Anytime you set targets for yourself, if I want to marry you and I hear you say I want a God-fearing man, I will fear God by force. If I find out your venison, I will produce some for you from the home. And that's the trouble of many. And Isaac loved Esau because of venison, but Rebecca loved Jacob. The people with the most dangerous love are those who can tell you, I don't know why I love him. But if you tell me that I love big bottles. Jesus. If I see big bottles, I will marry a woman with big bottles. Somebody will go to shop and buy artificial hips and come. No matter how you love venison, don't attach it to your choice. I've listed what I want. If I don't see it in a man, I won't marry. If I don't see it in a woman, do you know there are certain women too that behave like Isaac? They love because of venison. I must marry a man with 4x4. I will hire some and come. If I put the ring on your finger and I go out and tell you that I have a problem, I've sold my car, but it was rental. Don't think that venison is only found in the forest. Original venison is found in the forest. Fake venison can be found at home. And when Esau came, he has chopped and finished. Why? Because original venison, it takes time. But fake venison, I can produce some for you. It's not easy to find a God-fearing person. Sometimes the person has grown through fearing God for 15 years. So if I find out that you just want to marry somebody who fears God, somebody who name what we call fast food. If you allow anybody adjust himself to produce you venison, you will suffer out of running stomach. You will miss a blessing. Sometimes your very qualities and what can really sustain you and what your soul really desires, the person should have gone through it and matured through it for years. But because your desires are so much connected to a certain venison, so you made it so clear. A prophet said, I'll marry a man of God. Somebody will be a man of God by tomorrow. Girls, sweethearts, ladies, beautiful women, true venisons are found in forests. Don't let any Jacob prepare venison from the home and come and take the ring. Come in. We have seen people who wanted to marry prayer warriors until they found one prayer warrior at church, and they went home and realized that the prayer warrior at church is different from the prayer warrior at home. For 4 days, none of them say, "Oh, for more empire." To win it if you your mom empire da, and so who was sorry that Wouldn't the coffee and all says, "Oh, Nima, dear friend, and pie, Nima the crow, Nima the crow." Obesia boys was sorry and Obobi. See, if you really want to marry a prayer warrior, that is not the one to marry. He's a fast food. There are ladies who think that they carry a prophecy. I'll marry a man of God. I'll marry a man of. There is one that is prepared in the kitchen of Rebecca, and there is one that is found in the forest. That one, Esau must be a skillful hunter to locate it. Rebecca was watching the two boys until chapter 26, and Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beri, the Hittite, and Bashamath, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite. Verse 35, which were a grief of mind unto Isaac and to Rebekah. When Esau was 40 years, then he committed the first error. That was when Rebekah said, I knew why my heart was not with this young boy. The first error is that he married the women of Canaan. If God wants to make you a nation, he has already warned Abraham. Don't let any of your sons marry from this town. So if you really want to fulfill prophecy, Esau, this is not the place to marry. I want to tell you that you may be up to age to marry, but it's not everywhere you can marry. You must remember God's language around your destiny and God's direction that he will give you. The Bible said that decision for Esau, because Isaac married at the age of 40. So at the age of 40, Esau so felt that he has to marry. And then he chose women from that land. But his father and mother was waiting for him to come and ask them that I am of age now. The same way Abraham sent for Rebekah to be brought, my father Isaac, are you also sending? But they were there when he came to make introduction. I found two women. Let's do justice. The Bible said this father and mother didn't stop him, but it grieved their minds. Rebekah couldn't sleep. What mistake has my son done? Then by chapter 27, father is about to bless. Then he calls the same son who has broken God's covenant that you want to bless him. Rebekah was there, said, I won't allow. You are not the one the prophecy came to. I am the one. I will change it. Why? Not because I hate Esau, but because of one wrong marriage. Because of one wrong marriage. Then chapter 27 verse 46. Esau has planned to kill Jacob because his blessing has been given to Jacob. And then the Bible said it was told Rebekah. And then Rebekah calls Jacob and tells Jacob that go to Laban, go there. And then when you go, this is the conversation between Rebekah and Isaac concerning Jacob. And Rebekah said to Isaac,